Good week for you. You picked up 2 wins. Started off with a big one on the road. They're all big, I guess, but boy, going to Odessa and winning that one on the road, I really felt like was a huge win.
You know, I knew we were prepared, and I thought we had a good plan going in. Doesn't always mean it's going to work, but you know, you hope it does. And I thought our kids really executed. They defended the way we wanted to defend. Each individual player was a little bit different than maybe what we had done the last few games. And so, yeah, I mean, any road win is big, but that one probably was a little bit bigger.
It's a little like playing yourself almost with Odessa. You match up really evenly. The strengths, I think, are very much the same.
Several of the sets are the same things that we run, and so it was kind of, we just practiced it the way we always would. And so, you know, it's going to kind of comes down to who can execute what they try to do better. And, you know, they missed some shots, and I really thought we were probably more aggressive and got ourselves to the free throw line, and that probably ended up being the difference. But, you know, overall, it was a well-played game. I mean, both teams shot well. Both teams kept the turnovers down, so it was pretty even all the way.
You got out to a great start, and that's something you haven't been able to do a lot of. It seems like you've played a lot of catch-up down the back half. And after you got out to it, you got out to that good start. Odessa made the run. You didn't really panic. You kind of kept them back at arm's length and did the things you needed to do to go to the locker room with a win.
Exactly. I mean, there was no question. I felt like that was probably our most complete game against a really good team. I mean, we've played well in spurts against other teams and made these comebacks and stuff, but to play consistently for the most part the 40 minutes and against a really tough opponent that was coming at us the whole game, and we just kind of maintained the lead. I was really proud of that overall.
You get ready, you come home, you take on Frank Phillips. Frank Phillips tried to do something a little funky, I thought. They tried to play big for a little bit. Your bigs went out and got their single big, if you will, in foul trouble, and their medium-sized big one, I guess you'd say, in foul trouble as well. And once that happened and they had to alter everything they were trying to do, you just really took Frank Phillips apart.
They did start a couple kids that that hadn't been starting, and so I just looked at those matchups and felt like that we could really go at them inside, and that's kind of who we are anyway. We try to always start the game with running some things to get our post players going, and we know our guards are going to find shots. And so we did that, got them into some foul trouble, and then I did think they kind of had to change the way they were wanting to play.
Cindy Hearn has been really impressive to me the last couple of 3 nights.
She has. I mean, we think her potential is huge, and she is playing up to it. I mean, like you said, the last few games, she's scored in double figures and is really, and she's so athletic that we really try to get her to get out on the break and run and make those guys, whoever's guarding her, chase her, you know, and ultimately that will wear them out because she's in really great shape. And then just finishing around the rim and being strong, getting herself to the free throw line, she's really she's just kind of coming around just like we felt like she could.
You really came out and hammered the glass in the back half, though, and I mean, you just really beat the glass to death down the stretch.
You know, we did, and we did talk about it, and we knew going in, but they still just, even though we talk about things, kids have to kind of get a feel for what's going on, and Frank was taking a lot of outside shots, and when they do, it's harder to get those outside kids boxed out, and they shoot a lot of threes. The rebound's usually going to come off deep. And so it did take us, we did give up way too many in the first half, but I thought the second half we really concentrated on finding our man, keeping them off the boards, and then us going and getting it. And that was kind of the only thing at halftime that I wasn't real fired up about.
I thought you did a really good job jumping out and covering shooters.
You know, and we work on that every day in practice, and especially these teams where they are taking a lot of threes. And it's kind of interesting us playing Frank and Clarendon back-to-back. That's perfect for us to defend both those guys because they both teams really like to shoot the three. And yeah, we talk about we're going to give up some of those shots, but at least it's contested. At least they've got something kind of in their line of sight coming at them. And so I did think we did a good job right there.
I thought Michelle Wyatt had a really good game on Monday as well. Came out, shot the basketball pretty well. I thought she'd been a little quiet lately, but she had a couple of threes in that ball game, gave you some momentum in that direction. And she's one of those players, when she gets hot, everything goes down for Shay,
exactly.
And she shot the basketball awful well.
She did. You know, she, like you said, there's a few games. And usually the games that she's not scoring that much, she's not taking that many shots. And we just run different things, whether if we're trying to go inside, usually our post players are going to get more shots. But, yeah, that particular game, she was open, and when she's feeling it, she definitely is. And she can really shoot the basketball. And so I was really proud that because we needed that. We need that outside presence to go along with Sydney and Steph inside. And so I thought she did a good job.
The other one was Alexis Daw. I just thought she played a really complete basketball game.
She did, and we're not really focused on how many points she can score, and she's sure not. She's always asking how many turnovers did I have and how many assists. That's what you want from your point guard to get the ball to the people in the right spots. But if they're going to leave her open, she can knock it down. And we ran some ball screens, and we've been trying to get her just to go hard off of it, and they were letting her get all the way to the rim. And so, some people will step out there and hedge. They never did. And so she just took advantage of what they gave her. And, it may be different. Every game is different, but she is always ready to score if she needs to.
Make the trek to Clarendon next, and they're going to cast several up on you. But the good news is I don't think your game plan has to change much. Maybe
It's exactly right. I mean, we practiced yesterday going against shooting the three, and it was the same thing we prepared for against Frank. Clarendon does shoot more. They try kind of average around shooting 43s a game, and so we've just got to defend the same way we did Frank. We've got to get out. We've got to switch when we need to. We've got to get a hand up, and then we've got to get boxed out. And I guess that's what we worked on more yesterday. It's not so much contesting the shot, but once it goes up, it needs to be our rebound. And that will be our focus definitely tomorrow. But we just made them yesterday go find your man. I mean, because it's easy just everybody to go to the rim and try to see who can out-jump each other. And so we really made them go find their man, put a body on them, and then try to go get it. And if we'll just concentrate, we can do it. There's no question. We just got to focus on it and make that a priority. And usually when I've really stressed things that they have kind of taken it to heart and made it a priority, and that will definitely be one of them.
this basketball team just seems like they're very smart about the way they approach the game, very blue-collar. They go out and work things out and get things done.
And you're exactly right. I mean, like I said, every game we've guarded, whether it's the post players or the guards or how we guard ball screens, I mean, we've done it a little bit different, and we've worked on it for our 2 days before we play, and then they've gone out and executed it. And then the next game we will usually change, and it just kind of depends on how we think we need to do it. And yeah, they do. They just come. They kind of know our routine. They're ready to go every day. I mean, we don't have good practices and bad practices. We're just practice hard every day, and once it's over, we call it. And so they have been really consistent as far as that stuff's concerned.